and I have taken very important subject for today's program, and the only purpose to have this subject is to have more confidence in prescribing. Friends, it is very important for us to know what we are prescribing and how the medicines are working. Because until you have the confidence that your medicines will work, until you have the confidence that how the medicines is going to work, and what is the nature of your homeopathic medicines, this is very important for all of us. It is very important to all of us. We have to be very careful, we have to be conscious about what is happening with our medicine. What will happen in the medicine, the way it will go into the patient's life. The way it will go into the patient's life is very important for us. And when we are confident that this medicine is going to work, definitely you will feel happy in going and waiting for the medicines. So many things are required when you are practicing medicines. You have to wait, you have to select, you have to terminate, you have to antidote, how many things you have to follow it up. So friends, I am going to discuss today the homeopathic mechanism of homeopathic medicine's action. And it is very important topic and it is very relevant for our understanding, because homeopathic medicines is quite different from any other system of the medicines. Our nature of the medicines is quite different. And until we have confidence in the nature of our medicines, I feel that you are not going to practice the homeopathic medicines confidently. The exact mechanism which homeopathic works is unknown. Still it is unknown. In homeopathy, the organon of medicine describes that the medicines has to work on the vital part of the body. And scientifically, we are talking about that it is acting through the nervous system. When a homeopathic medicine is ingested and it is taken orally and it is put on your tongue, it starts acting on the nerve system. Now, the question arises, homeopathic say mechanism of acting the vital principle, vital force, and then you describe the working through the automatic nervous system. This is a controversial statement. Vital principle is something else and your nervous system is lower than that. Conventional science has no explanations for homeopathy. Not even one of the law for the similar. There is no understanding for the law of the similar. What exactly does medicines do when it enters into the submolecular or ultramolecular or beyond molecular? What it has to do with the nerve ending? This is the question. What does the body do with the signals? And what happens within the automatic nervous system? So these are the so many questions that you have to keep in mind. You have to think about that. You have to think about this, how so many questions are there. Friends, it is subtle energy. Subtle energy means, it is subtle energy. Until we are provide the mechanism, explanations in the mechanist, chemical, molecular, all these are explained. You know how the molecules work, we know how the chemical things work, and they are, but what the subtle energy can do and in what way it will manipulate our life, it is yet to be understood. It has not been understood properly. So the homeopathic mechanism of action has still remained a mystery and will remain mystery until we explore how this energy is going to act within your body. Homeopathic, it has been understood. Nowadays, the nanopharmacology is becoming very popular. And this nano has become 1 billion. This nano means 1 billionth of the size. That is not only in its definition. In fact, nano derives from the word dwarf, and nano is the only word in the English language that is used on common parlance as denoting extremely small and extremely powerful. So when we talk about the nano medicines, you are comparing the medicines, that means still there are the molecules, still there are something material within it. So this questions, in contrast with the vital principle where there is no material things exist, how this medicines which has travelled beyond the Avogadro's number of how this is going to act, this is the biggest questions that we are carrying into our life. Homeopathic medicines are both extremely small dose yet extremely powerful in their therapeutic effects. It is extremely small means it is beyond the molecule. So we cannot say it is small. We cannot say it is small. It is nothing. It is something energy. It is beyond the things that we can imagine. So this is very important things we have to think of. See, friends, there are 200s of years ago, and thousands of millions of the physicians and hundreds of the homeopathic patients have observed and experienced the power and effectiveness of the homeopathic medicines. How many of you listening this seminar feels that homeopathy medicines is not acting? It has existed for more than 200 years. It has been administered on millions of the patients, and they have experienced the effectiveness. So we cannot deny the effect. Precisely how homeopathic medicines work remains a mystery, and yet nature to replace with mystery and numerous striking example of the power of extremely small dose. So what we are doing, how we are explaining? We are explaining through the examples, through the comparison. This is the only way that we are using nowadays about we are comparing with the nanopharmacology, we are comparing with other dynamic natures. A striking example of the power of extremely small dose. It is commonly known that a certain species of moth can smell pheromones of its own species up to 2 miles away. The moth is a type of the insects. It can smell that someone is there 200 miles away. How it happens? It is not simple coincidence that a species only sends pheromones from those of the same species who emit them. And the homeopathic principle, it is like the homeopathic principles, accepting similarity. When the medicines comes in contact with the life principle, there is a receptivity is developed. And this receptivity allows the medicines to enter into the patient's domain. Then another example, you know the shark, it can sense the blood in the water at a distance, far away. And when consider the volume of water in the ocean, you can imagine how the shark is smelling the blood and the creatures far. So hypersensitivity. So medicine is acting on the sensual plane. And where is the sensual plane? It is above the nerves. It is beyond the nerves. Homeopathic medicines are made through a specific pharmacology process. We all know that dilutions and vigorous shaking, giving strokes. World experts on water have verified that homeopathic water and regular water are not the same. Now it is very much clear that water or the medicines diluted in a water or any vehicles and the other vehicles, they are not the same. The plain water and the homeopathic water, you can call it the homeopathic water, not to be the same. It has been verified. And homeopathic remedy attributes their effect not on to molecule present in the water, but to the modifications of the water structure. What the homeopathic medicines do? Now we start the journey of the mechanism. homeopathic medicines, molecules, they transfer, the medicines transfer their in message into the water structure. So it changes the water structure. Homeopathy, when it is diluted in a vehicles or water or a solution, it transfers its energy to the water molecules. Memory of the medicine substance are transferred to the water molecule. And this was the experiment done by Benveniste colleague Ione Thomas and by others to be well established experimental known as memory of the water. This experiment was done by this French scientist, and he had proved that it is the memory of the water that is there in the, so in the, our subsequent potency beyond 12x potency, 12 potency, the only the memory is there in the water molecules. Now, again, how does the medicines become imprinted into the water, and how does the homeopathic process of dilution with suction increases the medicine power? Although we do not know precisely the answer to this question, some new research may help to point out this. But it is clear that the water molecule receives the message from the medicinal molecules. The small particles of medicinal substance, each medicine that is initially placed in the water creates its own pharmacology. Effect in any case, each medicinal substance will interact with the silica fragments in its own way, idiosyncratic way, and thereby changing the nature of the structure of the water accordingly. So this is the process that is happening with our medicines. And memory is transferable. Now, we all know that I am transferring my memory to you. Seated at your place, you are listening me, you are hearing me, and you are observing me, and it is getting stored in your mind. How this is getting and where it is stored, who knows? In which cell? We don't know. But when you will be recalling, you will say, yeah, I remember this Dr. Sahani has told me like this. So you will be talking like that. From medicines to water vehicle to the patient life. Now it is a journey from medicine to water vehicle to the patient life. Now we have to think about the patient life. Recipient end is the patient life. Who receives? The patient life. There are physical material layer, mental layer. Now, what are the boundaries? What are the boundaries that are there? There is a physical boundary, there is a mental layer, there is a vital energy layer, and the energy plane. So this is a journey for transference or entering into the life of the energy plane, then entry into the vital energy plane, then it goes to the memory, mental plane, and then it goes to the physical material plane. So our medicines has a direct contact or direct hit on the vital plane of the life. Friends, vital principle is central point to the homeopathy. Those who cannot believe in vital principle should not practice and are not practicing homeopathy. This is my content. Dr. Kent has already told that the practitioners or homeopaths who don't have faith in the simple substance, who don't have the faith in the God, who don't have the faith in the dynamic and subtle energy, they are unable, they will never understand homeopathy. So first you have to develop your faith in your vital principle. First you have to develop the faith in the dynamic nature of the medicine. Yes, it is there. Then only you can realize what type of the energy is there, how many substances are there, what are the patterns. This is very important. So it is only the vital plane of the life which is responsible for changing effects on the physical and mental plane of the life. Only from the so it is direct contact. So mechanism is by medicinal water molecules, they are transferring the energy to the vital plane. It is just transfer like a memory transference. Any changes done on the vital plane are received at other end of the life, from the vital end to the mental end to the physical end. So there it travels like this, and it is just only the transference, dynamic transference. Vital plane are affected by the similar but opposite disease nature. Similar but opposite disease nature. Dr. Hahnemann has later on discovered the miasm making dynamic change in the vital plane. This is a late discovery of Dr. Hahnemann. He realized the dynamic, we have to think about the dynamic changes that is being done by the disease principle. And he developed a principle, he came out with a unique principle of a miasm for the homeopathic medicines. Friends, it is very important things that we should keep in mind. Vital plane getting affected with the disease needs vital interventions. When it is, that means it is intervention at the hastachep, intervention at the vital interventions. Homeopathic medicines are diluted to the extent of crossing over the Avogadro's number we already know. As such, not a single molecule is present in the homeopathic medicines. These aspects of homeopathic medicine is to become similar to the vital plane of life. Homeopathic mechanism of medicines actions are thus only through the vital transference of medicinal substance into the patient's life. Vital plane, what is the meaning of the vital plane? They are dynamic in nature. Action of homeopathic medicine are just like the catalytic actions. You know what is catalytic action? They don't take part, but they excite. Catalytic action means exciting. It tries to erode the power of the vital principle by catalytic action. It is most natural way for the catalytic way to affect without getting involved. So what the medicine is doing? It is just poking in your life, poking the vital principle. Get up, get up, get up, rise up, and they become activated. This is very things that we have to keep in mind. Mechanism of action follows the dynamic transfer of signals stored in the medicinal potency. It is assumed that each medicinal principle are stored as electromagnetic waves, which is peculiar. Human life principle also have unique electromagnetic waves. Now, just for the sake of hypothesis, I am talking like this because whether it is electromagnetic or not, but as a resemblance, I am talking that this vital dynamic transference is as the electromagnetic waves, and each homeopathic medicine has to be understood as the type of a pattern of electromagnetic waves, and each human life has to be understood as unique electromagnetic waves. So it is the matching of the electromagnetic waves that takes place. Transfer of energy are through the electromagnetic plane. It takes a dynamic route. We experience the changes made on the vital plane through the physical and mental plane. From the dynamic plane, the dynamic disturbance when created on the vital plane, it brings changes into it as a resonance. Resonance happens, and resonance is the only way that can help you understand this principle. Diseases are restored to healthy state by the signal received from the vital plane. It is only the transfer through the signals. Transfer of signals follows the transmission mode, now in process. How the transfer takes? It transmits. It is the transmission of energy stored in the medicines to the life plane, which is further transmitted to the physical plane, so it is only the transmission. It is going through the transmission. No vehicles is required. Nothing is required in between connections. There is no wire-like connection. There is nothing like the connection. It is just transference, because electromagnetic way of transference is always wireless type of the system. Now, what is transmission? Let us understand what is transmission. Transmission is the process of sending and propagating an analog or digital information signal over the physical point-to-point or point-to-multiple point transmission medium, either wired, optical fiber or wireless. So what we are doing in the, and then transmission technology and schemes typically refers to physical layer protocol duties such as modulations, it modulate, it demodulate, it line, it coding, equalizations, error control, bit synchronizations and multiplexing. But the term may also involve higher layer protocol duties, for example digitizing and analog signals and data compressions. So many. Transmission is the process of sending, propagating analog. Analog means similar or digital information or the signals or the something. So our medicines, we have to assume, and it is also assumed that our medicines are working on the multiple. The signals of the medicines are being transferred to the vital principle. From it, it is propagated and it makes a multiple point of the transmission. From vital principle, it goes to the lower principle, and it goes to the entire organ of the life. Just think like that. When you drop a stone in the pond, the waves will be created for all over the pond. So this action is like creating a waves through the transmission board from the vital plane to the physical plane. Transmission is basic process in microbial biology. Transmission is the basic process in biology and evolution, as it communicates different biological entities within and across hierarchical level, both in time and the space. Vertical descents, replication is transmission of information across generations in the same dimension, and horizontal descent is transmission of information across the compartment in the space dimensions. So what is happening? How we are born? We are receiving the genified, codified instructions from our parents, and we are getting born as a new life. Transmission is essentially a communication process that can be studied by the analogy of classic information theory based on emitters, message and receivers. The analogy can be easily extended to the triads, immigrations, migrations and immigrations. A number of cause determines the emission, and another set of cause energy assumes the receptions. So this is the model that you can just see what I have explained: emission, transmission, reception, and this can also travel like this. What is transmitted? Now, what things are transmitted? Transmission takes place from one place to another, from an emitter to the receiver, are essentially waves and particles from photons or electrons to organize or DNA sequence. This can be expressed as transmission of some kind of energy, a property that must be transferred to an object in order to perform work. In evolutionary genetics, transmission is certainly a transmission to the progeny of biological particles as a hereditary character. We don't know how, but homeopathy really works. Scientists are supposed to make unprejudiced observations, then draw conclusions. I appeal to all the scientists to be unprejudiced about the homeopathy. I was left with highly uncomfortable conclusion that homeopathy appeared to have worked. The science should come into its own here, solving the riddles of the world around us, pushing the frontiers of the knowledge. So thank you, and I hope you have got some of the base. I am not telling that what I am speaking, what I am giving you is exactly what is there. But just it is the resemblance and drawing your attention towards the way homeopathic medicines is acted. We have to think that how vital is our homeopathic medicine. This is very essential for us, and this understanding will only help you to understand the homeopathy properly. So with this, I thank you all for giving me a very patient listening, and I hope you will be able to think more about the life.